today with Will Gibson, who is the VP Retail at Cable and Wireless Communications. Hi Will, lovely to have you here. First of all, can you tell me about your role as the Vice President of Retail and what the customer experience strategy is at Cable and Wireless Communications?
Certainly. Over the last couple of years, we've been going through quite a big transformation of all areas of our business, retail probably being one of the biggest. So across our three businesses in Panama and the Caribbean and Bahamas, I set the retail strategy for around 250 stores that we have, which is a mix of company-owned and outsourced dealer stores. And basically, with that strategy, we have transformed everything, as you saw in the presentation. But our main customer experience strategy is to be a lot more inclusive with our customers across the region, to really introduce them to our products and services in an experiential way, rather than just being a kind of an operator who is kind of quite hands-off. So we want them to come and meet with us and have better experiences than they've been used to.
You spoke in your presentation about the new and improved retail store from Cable and Wireless Communications. In what way is the customer experience you deliver there superior, and what makes it fundamentally different from other retail stores?
Yeah, so I mean, what we have now is transformed the landscape from somewhere that was basically a call center on the high street that people would walk into, and somewhere that was really overloaded sometimes with bill payment queues that could be half an hour long and stretching out into the street. We've really thought about all of the different customer journeys, and for those people who still want to visit us at store to pay their bill, because of course there are various self-care and web and kind of all sorts of different channels to pay your bill. Now they can come to our retail environment and have a much faster experience with our self-service bill payment kiosks. So that's a transaction of less than 60 seconds, whereas before, they had the queue, and then they had to see a person, and then, that would be slow, and so on and so forth. So, whatever customers want to do now, they can come and find in our store, be it bill payment, be it service, be it sales, be it experience. One of the things that I really wanted is I wanted to welcome all people of the Caribbean into our stores, regardless of whether they were our customers at the moment, just by giving them somewhere that is an environment that is engaging, that is cool, that is fun, so they can see the latest and greatest of technology. And we've managed to do that now under one roof. So that is a very, very different experience.
What key challenges do you think the customer experience industry will be facing in 2016 and beyond? And what steps are you taking to already overcome these at Cable and Wireless Communications?
Yeah, for sure. I think the big customer experience challenge facing our industry now, I believe, is the single view of the customer. The world is now so fast. And in the digital age, in the social age, there's this immediacy where people just want to be dealt with now. And, they don't care that they might be tweeting you from a Twitter handle that bears no resemblance to their name. But if they're tweeting you, they expect you as the operator to work out who you are, solve their problem, and get straight back to them. And that's tough for operators. And it's tough to obviously collect all of that information so that, if day one customer chooses to interact via Twitter, day 20 they come into a retail store, day 50 they call a call center, that experience should be seamless, and whoever is dealing with that customer should know the history of what's happened. They should know all about that customer, what products and services they have with you, what they potentially could have in the future, and that's tough. So that's the biggest challenge, and of course at Cable and Wireless we're making steps towards that, and we're overhauling a lot of our systems with a view of kind of joining them up and making them seamless. So I believe very soon we will get there.
You already spoke about how digital and social is impacting the customer experience. Can you tell me a little bit more about this and how it's affecting your role?
Yeah, I mean, it's digital disruption is huge. That is now how people learn about things. That is the new magazine, it's the new newspaper, it's the new TV show. It's how they learn about a new device that's launched. It's how they learn about a new product and service that's launched. So what we then have to do is make sure that from a marketing perspective, if we are going out there digitally to talk to our customers, that again, all of the channels know exactly what that is. And sometimes that's tough. You know, a lot of operators, most businesses in life, there are silos. So, you know, what the marketing and the digital department is pushing out, then hang on, you have to make sure that the call center staff are briefed, that the retail staff are briefed, so that if a customer consumes that content and then chooses to do business with you in another channel, it's seamless and, you know, we know exactly what the customer needs and wants.
The voice of the customer is a hot topic within the customer experience industry. How do you listen to your customers and what difference have you seen that make?
Yeah, we have an NPS solution for the business overall, and that's linked into our compensation and our annual bonus and so on and so forth. At retail level, we have a retail NPS scheme. It's very simple. From our transactions in retail, then an SMS is pushed out to the customer and they're asked a few questions and so on and so forth. The ability exists to give us verbatim comments. And from that, we manage that on a market by market and a store by store basis every month. And, you know, we find that works really, really well. And I think the retail stores really value getting that information because it's real. It's not a mystery shopper that can sometimes be false and saying, well, you know, you weren't doing X. It's real information about what customers thought about that in particular store. So we use that quite strongly.
How do you believe that the retail industry differentiates itself in the Caribbean? What can you learn from other geographies and what can other places in the world learn from you guys?
Yeah, it's interesting. The Caribbean is, you know, when you think of the Caribbean, it's sunshine, it's sea, it's sand, it's having fun. But with that comes a lot of legacy of almost being a little bit sleepy, a little bit slow. You know, you're in paradise. The sun is going to shine the next day. Don't worry too much. And I think that sometimes in our business can manifest itself in ways that can be a little bit frustrating, in that we have to tailor our training to really get into the mindset of the Caribbean people. But one of the great things about the Caribbean people is, as you say, that kind of laid-back, easygoing nature. And I think when you walk into one of our stores, you get the most amazing smiles. And I think, you know, as I'm British and somebody who's spent a lot of time in Europe and around the world in different areas, I think just having that mindset of, you know, hey, today's a day and tomorrow's going to be a day, and relax and smile and you know, be on the front foot with it. And I think that really does come across in our stores, and it's something we're very proud of.
Finally, what is your top tip for delivering the ultimate customer experience and ensuring increased loyalty and retention?
It's about helping customers and going beyond their immediate needs. You know, sometimes they'll come in and they'll ask for something and you fix it. But maybe when they're asking for something and you're fixing it, there's an underlying issue. And typically one of the biggest challenges in our industry is education. So I firmly believe that if you free up your retail staff to have time to offer to customers, to show them one extra thing, you know, just before you go, let me show you this, then I think you're showing a commitment to your customers that says, you know, we want to help you, we want you to come back. We're experts at what we do, we love what we do, you know, so, you know, please continue to do business with us. So that's something that we really, an ethos we try and get across all of our staff really. And I think only when you do that commitment of it's kind of kindness and education and kind of giving things back to customers, once you do that and understand it, then I think your business reaps the rewards.
Well, that was a very valuable tip, Will. I think everyone in different verticals will find that really useful in their customer experience strategies. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks very much. Thanks.